What is our lawn rehab program? That is a question that we get asked most often. So we have decided to put together a series of videos for all your information. You can sit down and watch them at your leisure. This one's going to be a brief introduction to all the aspects of it. And then after this, you can find 3 other videos that give more detailed, specific information for all aspects of the rehab, because there's 3 different steps. So we go into all those aspects in each individual video. The first step of the lawn rehab process for your yard is dethatching. And this is the machine that we choose to use right here. This is a Walker GHS model. It works off of vacuum. It's a less invasive way of removing the thatch from your yard. It doesn't do damage to your grass by doing the old way of the mechanical removal with a power raking system. This is the one to go with. If you're wondering how much thatch we're going to pull out of your yard, this right here, this is out of one property. We got all this dead material out of one yard. Once your yard has been dethatched, it's time to open up the soil. In order to get that done, we use this machine right here. It's called a core aerator. It's going to punch a bunch of holes in there, and the purpose of that is to break up the compaction of the soil because it's sand and clay. By punching those holes in there and pulling out the cores, we're allowing the air to get down into the root system to breathe. And lastly, it preps your lawn for our final step, top dressing. This is where the magic happens. We use a fine screen compost. It's nutrient enriched, and they also inoculate it with all the beneficial bacteria that your yard is craving for, all the microorganisms, because your yard is an ecosystem. We will take this compost and bring it to your property via this trailer here. We can bring as much as we need. It disperses it out this chute right here, and it goes into this machine. It spreads the compost out all over your yard in a nice even layer. We can regulate how much is going down. We can regulate how far the throw is. And that is how we ensure we get the right amount of compost onto your yard. So now you're interested in getting a quote. How do you make that happen? There's 2 ways you can do it. You can either send us an email via the contact form, which is on the website, or you can just give us a phone call. What we will ask for at that point in time is all your contact information, and then we will get your street address. Once we have your street address, we can do measurements of your property in 2 ways, because what we want to do is just measure the square footage of your grass area. That's all we need to know. We have Google Maps. We pay for a higher version, a more detailed version, and we can measure your property on Google Maps. But occasionally, because the Villages is so new, a lot of these properties are not on Google Maps yet. It hasn't caught up. So we'll go to your house, go to your property, and take actual measurements all the way around your house and get GPS coordinates, and it calculates the square footage for us, and then we use that as our multipliers. Once we have the square footage, we will put together an estimate for you. We will email you the estimate. There's a link right there where you can click to accept it. If you do accept the estimate, we will get notified via email again, and then we'll give you a call back. At that point in time, we will schedule your appointment with you. Now remember, you don't need to be at your house when we're doing the work. Don't worry about that. Nobody wants to help us do the work anyway. So don't worry about being there. We'll just schedule a time. We will show up and get the work done for you. And then once the work is done, we will email you an invoice. There's 2 ways of handling payment. In the email with the invoice, there's a PDF file of the invoice. You can print it out and keep it. Or if you want to send a payment in by check, you just tear off the bottom of that printed out invoice that you just made and mail us a check. Or in the email itself, there's a big blue button. It says pay here. You can just click on that. You can use a credit card, debit card, cash rewards card. All the options are there. We make it very simple. We try to give you all the options. You don't need to be home. We will take care of everything for you. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this informative. If you want some more detailed information on those aspects, there's more videos below. If you feel your lawn needs a rehab already and you know that you want to talk to us, please give us a call, shoot us an email, and we can get together and we can work out a specific plan for your property's needs.